Hello everyone, and welcome back to Salt Clan, where yes, we are once again with our cats by the salty sea, because I cannot get enough of how much fun and how playful this new clan is, and I cannot get enough about the fact that they've already been interacting with Squirrel Clan! This has been so much fun seeing how our world is slowly but surely expanding, and we are starting to get a glimpse of how the cats might be interacting thanks to the amazing Sea Wish. Our wonderful elder, even though it exhausted her and made her paws so sore she could hardly hobble back, went all the way to Squirrel Clan to see if they had any spare herbs so that they could go ahead and make sure that their medicine cat, Cave Speck, was going to be okay and she wasn't going to be too sick, because it's really not a good thing to have a sick medicine cat, especially considering all of the events that have been happening last time. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right into it and hopefully be able to see some interesting developments happen as we continue on with this wonderful tiny little clan. Oh, it's just so cute. I just want to I want to give all of their little ears just a little pet, because they're such a beautiful new start. After all of the drama of Squirrel Clan, after all of the new cats that have come into Squirrel Clan lately, being able just to see this little band of founders begin a whole new story, oh, my heart, I'm loving it. All right, so we left off last time with Cave Speck having wounded herself by tripping over a hole in the sand and spraining her paw, but lucky for her, Coral Waves had just this interesting feeling, this gut feeling that maybe she should go ahead and walk on this path on the beach today, and Coral Waves was indeed able to find her, completely oblivious to the fact that because Coral Waves has a very strong connection to Squirrel Clan, they guided her to Cave Speck. And Cave Speck was trying to interpret that prophecy, but got sidetracked by trying to stir up a little bit of romantic trouble, only to have it tossed back in her face when Coral Waves innocently asked what Cave Speck thought about Dunlin Whale, the deputy, which I think is a really freaking precious. And other than that, and Sea Wish's amazing journey, we did have just a little bit of development as the cats started to become friends. Sea Wish actually has a huge crush on Coral Waves, which is interesting, as she's an elder and Coral Waves is a lot younger. But again, I'm gonna say it's just kind of like, Sea Wish is very old and she's very faithful, so I think she's just thinking about what could have been if she was many moons younger. And now I'm having a very long pause as I consider like a cat perhaps stumbling upon a treasure that makes them younger and like revives them. Huh. We're just gonna casually slide that aside into my notes for later, for when we start adding in little treasure random generators and start collecting treasures for the various clans, which, yeah, I'm really excited about that concept, and we'll talk more about it later, especially as that might lead to a lot of inter-clan drama or special events. But never fear, my friends, we're not going to get sidetracked by our random generators today, because we have currently no casual events happening, meaning that none of the cats are overlapping, so we're not going to say that they are going to roll for their minor event randomizer, because everybody's kind of giving each other a little bit of distance. And I think that's because everyone is actually quite busy. Sandpaw is kind of like checking in, or actually it looks like Sea Wish is checking in on Sandpaw. In the Warrior's Den, we have our itty bitty little Dunepaw trying to insist that she's old enough to be in here. And then up in the Medicine Cat Den, Coral Waves, who is not officially a medicine cat yet, is going ahead and trying to help out Cave Speck with whatever is needed. And then we have got Salty, good old dog hugger Saltstar, discussing things with his very reliable best friend and leader, Dunlin Whale. So everyone's just kind of like busy right now, which I find really fun and fascinating, especially considering things have been really busy. Sea Wish is just amazing to me. I feel like after a lifetime of staying loyal and close to the little beach house that she made her own and that she called home for so many years, she's starting to get a little bit more adventurous, because she has gone ahead and she has traveled the moon after she went all the way over to Squirrel Clan territory to Snow Clan. to resolve some recent hunting disputes. However, it seems Seawish only made SnowClan more upset. Long pause, because I'm trying to think. SnowClan indicates snow, right? We're at the beach. How far did Seawish go? I can only think that maybe there's some really sharp big cliffs that she kind of went up, because apparently she knows no bounds, and managed to go ahead and bump into some cats who live up there. But I want to give that some thought, because I don't want to have SnowClan just be like the stereotypical cats living in the rugged mountains, especially because I'm from the Appalachian Mountain area now. I can proudly say, I mean, I've lived in North Carolina for at least a long time, like probably a decade by now, if you added it all up. And those mountains get a lot of snow, but they're also tremendously abundant and green. So I wonder if there's actually in fact, the Appalachian Mountains, which are in the eastern section of the United States, and I will love, adore, and talk about all of the time, are one of the 2 temperate rainforests in the United States. They are so lush and leafy and abundant. They have ferns, they have creeks. Oh, my heart. I cannot wait for Chips and I to be able to go and adventure in them this summer so that we can share how beautiful it is there. And I like the idea that that kind of mountain range, a mountain range that really experiences the 4 seasons and actually is quite old, so it's lower and it doesn't have those high elevations like you see out with the Rocky Mountain Range, which is to the western part of the United States. Like that, those mountains are so tall that they're above the tree line, so no trees can really grow that high. But I like the idea that perhaps SnowClan actually gets their name because they live in a like very rocky, in terms of like there's a lot of cliffs with trees growing on them and like vines and little tiny creeks that form small waterfalls. They live in like the mountainy area, but they get their name SnowClan because it snows more up there, even though it's also green and kind of like a forest year round. And they love hunting in the snow and they're very good at it. And I also kind of love the idea that maybe there's sort of like a hidden cave system that stays really cold year round, and sometimes the snow doesn't really melt. So yeah, wow. Okay, I actually didn't. Okay, yeah, I actually hadn't thought about SnowClan at all. In fact, I didn't even make that name. So apparently we just developed SnowClan and their secret tunnels filled with ice that maybe might be really cool medicine cat spots. Can you imagine going into a cave filled with glittering ice crystals just reflecting all around you? Wow. Okay, yeah. So this is really fun. And then imagine if then SaltClan can bring like a fisherman's lantern or something that creates light in the darkness, even though the cats don't normally need it, but it causes like the light to reflect off the ice crystals. And I wonder if SquirrelClan would be able to bring something like a rock that would then pick up the colors. And yeah, we could make this into something really cool, but I'm gonna do my best not to get stuck on even more ideas, and let's carry on with seeing what else is going on with our clan. Like the fact that now Cave Spec also has a runny nose. So she has a sprain pot and a runny nose, and I don't think there could be any stronger sign from StarClan that she is in desperate need of having some sort of apprentice or help. And that would explain how Coral Waves ran too fast over harsh ground and hurt her paws. So I think Coral Waves has been just really... Hang on. Okay, Coral Waves has been really running herself ragged to go ahead and try to like just help out, because oh my goodness, all of a sudden everyone just seems to be getting sick, and Coral Waves just has this instinct that, gosh, I really need to like help out, which again could be StarClan prompting or just the fact that she can be kind of sweet, and except for Salty. She finds him a little annoying. Maybe they'll get over that. And the long pause I did just now was because I just noticed Dunlin Whale has gotten a runny nose. Cave Spec, Dunlin Whale, they both have the same runny nose. I wonder if maybe they were up really late talking. I think I'm gonna do that. I think we're gonna say that Cave Spec and Dunlin Whale were actually up pretty late, kind of talking and having a good event to get to know each other a little bit better, which resulted in this bad event. But I think they were actually having a good event. And you know what? I'm going to be bold, and we're just going to roll with that. And we're going to go ahead and say that they had a minor positive event. Like nothing just casual encounter. Like Dunwell was up late looking at the stars, contemplating if he should start yowling and wailing his sea shanty songs or not, if he was that moved. But I like the idea that Cave Spec actually popped out because, you know, she's got a little bit of eyes for him, and also she loves anything to do with drama. And they ended up having a positive, just casual encounter. Nothing that the other cats would go ahead and tell a story about, and nothing major, but a positive minor encounter. This is kind of bold, because normally I force myself to roll dice to see if it was positive or not. Good gravy, gosh! Dang it! I literally tried to give them some extra push here, and 0 romance gained. But they had a nice time together, and then, of course, they both got sick. 1 platonic like, 2 respect, 3 comfort, 4 trust. Well, you know what? They trusted each other a bit more, maybe because they exchanged conversation about their past and the experiences that they have had. So that's kind of sweet. And then Seawish is feeling better. You know, that's really cool because I feel like she's older. She's traveling all over the place to go visit the clans after a lifetime of kind of staying in one place. And she's actually feeling pretty good about like her physical fitness, which is really sweet. No ceremonies in Moon 2. No births or deaths. Let me double check health. Other clans, yeah, Snow Clan's not happy with us. We'll deal with that later. And then the only thing we have left to go through is the relationships. Oh, this is cute. So Sandpaw stayed up all night thinking of ways to impress Dunepaw. That's adorable. I wonder if that's just because she wants to get along with the other apprentices. Sandpaw really does want to, she's righteous, so I like the idea that she just wants to be seen as a good cat. Even if she has to grit her teeth and kind of force herself to get along, she's going to try not to rise to the bait. Meanwhile, Fishbone Fang bickered about something trivial with Brine-tail. Okay. Cave Spec thinks Dog Hugger Saltstar has a strange sense of humor. I wonder if maybe Dunham Whale was sharing some of the stories that Salty has gotten them into as a trio. Dunham Whale, Fishbone Fang, and Salty. And Cave Spec, now that she's kind of like making eyes at Dunham Whale, is like, oh, can't believe he put them at risk like that. Coral Waves caught Doompaw complaining behind their back. The sisters! Oh my gosh! So the sisters actually are kind of butting heads a little bit because I think Coral Waves was assuming that Dunepaw would want to help out with like gathering medicine herbs and everything too. And Dunepaw does not want to do that. She's extremely competitive with Sandpaw and wants to become stronger, and she just really wants to feel like she has autonomy and she's able to explore a lot. And why would she want to gather herbs when there's like crabs to go do battle with or a giant fish she could try to pull out of the waves? So I think the sisters are kind of butting heads right now. I wonder if we will have Dunepaw. Ha-ha! Dunepaw Muse, congratulations to Fishbone Fang for a job well done. I think Dunepaw is going to like not follow Coral Waves around, and Coral Waves is going to be calling for her. And instead, Dunepaw is going to go ahead and she's going to see if Fishbone Fang, who does happen to be a good teacher, it would go ahead and take her along on patrol. Dog Hugger Saltstar complains about something Bootskit did. I love the idea that Salty and Boots kind of have an antagonistic relationship all the way down. Oh, and Dunham Whale says Seawish take the last piece of prey from the fresh kill pile. Dunham Whale, you back off of our elder. She just walked like a bazillion miles to go try to find herbs for the clan, okay? And then Brine-tail swaps favorite prey with Coral Waves. Nice. Seawish chats with Bootskit about their day. Bootskit swaps favorite prey with Dunham Whale. Aww. So see, everybody's being kind of nice, sharing some of the fish. And like, Dunham Whale, do not complain at me about Seawish. Like, that's unacceptable to me. Alright, Seawish is gonna go see how the medicine cats are currently doing. And we should actually see, aw, look at everybody! They're all just hanging out in the warrior den or the leader's den. Oh, this is so cute. Alright, so Dog Hugger Saltstar is pondering the next mentors for the kits of the clan. I love the idea how he's already trying to figure out who is going to take Boots, that annoying kitten. And I kind of love the idea that it might end up having to be him. So he's trying to figure out who's going to like take over educating that little brat, in his opinion. Loving little brat still. And Dunham Whale, is sparring with some clanmates. But he's actually sick, so you shouldn't be sparring. In fact, he's actually, apparently that counts as minor if he has a runny nose. cracked pads for Coral Wave. Cave Spec is like, oof, her sprain is still so bad she can't work. So that means that we're definitely keeping Coral Waves as another time, being the medicine cat. And if Dunlin Whale has a runny nose, I think he would be kind of stubborn and he would still want to try to go out and do a little bit of hunting. So we might send him out to do some training with someone. Let's see. Cave Spec is craving the taste of mouse. Oh, and she's also hungry. So, you know, maybe we'll go ahead and say that like Dunlin Whale or one of the other cats, well, he wants to spar. Maybe one of the other cats will bring her something yummy to eat. And then Coral Waves is wondering if they could borrow some catmint from the other clans. I wonder if this might make it so that even if she doesn't end up becoming a permanent medicine cat, she wants to be like a mediator. And that, of course, is why our elder, Sea Wish, has been able to interact with the other clans, is she's a mediator. And as you can see in the roles, one of the things that mediators do is that they are not required to hunt or fight. Rather, mediators are charged with handling disagreements between clanmates and disputes between clans. Some mediators train as apprentices to serve their clan, while others may choose to become mediators later in life. So that's really cool. I never thought about using the mediator apprentice before. That would have been very fitting for Primrose Paw, now that I think about it. We'll have to think about that. All right, but Coral Waves, she's really adjusting to medcat life, if you ask me. And then Sea Wish is negotiating trading herbs with a rival clan, which is just so freaking cool to me. I'm so proud of her. And then Brinetail is chattering at the birds in the trees above. Possibly, oh, Brinetail, did you get super old? Hold up here. Is Brinetail, he's like a senior now. Oh my goodness. I think maybe he would be too old for Dunepaw to train Dunepaw now that he's like a senior. He passed 120 moons. He was just a young, spry, wise cat who's a good speaker. Oh my gosh. And if we need cats to like mediate with the other clans for herbs, oh man, I wonder if he might have to like retire early. Fishbone Fang is listening to the clan leader intently. Sandpaw is daydreaming. Dunepaw had a very strange dream. She's probably not happy about her sister doing this whole medicine cat thing. And Bootskit wants to spend time alone today, possibly because he went ahead and he became, oh, and he's gonna turn 6 moons. No wonder Salty's trying to figure out what the heck to do with him. All right, well, let me think about this. Brinetail, he is a senior now. But he really wants to help everybody get established. So you know what? I think he still would go out on patrols just to try to help out, and to try to like show that he really can contribute. So he might actually be the one who offers to take Dunepaw out right now again, and they might go out on. Well, let's see. If Dunlin Whale, excellent fighter, he is ambitious and he wants to help out. What cat would he possibly want to bring with him? Okay, so randomized for Brinetail. So we'll say that Dunlin Whale, Brinetail, and Dunepaw are all going to go out to spar, and because that's what Dunlin Whale wants to do today. And we'll see if the sparring actually takes too much out of our old man Brinetail and shows Salty that perhaps already Dunepaw might need to go ahead, and she might need to be given a new teacher pretty soon. Well, technically Coral Waves is supposed to be your teacher, but you know what I mean. All right. The patrol wants to hold a training session for Dunepaw. They decide to focus on how to best navigate the rocky tide pools. Oh boy, she's pretty sneaky. Dunepaw picks up the instruction quickly and is soon hopping from pool to pool, picking out the tasty morsels within. That's so awesome! Yay! Okay, and actually I wonder, since the cats have to go out, I wonder if someone would want, who might want to go on a hunting patrol. So this might be a hunting patrol, and it's because Cave Spec is craving the taste of mouse. So if we can successfully bring back anything like yummy, then I think we can go ahead and maybe have a positive minor relationship boost. We might start doing little things like that too. So who wants to feed Cave Spec? And the thing is, if we roll Coral Waves, okay, so Dog Hugger, all right, and Sandpaw, they're gonna go out and they're going to do some hunting, and we'll see how that turns out. Your patrol catches the scent of a fox, but is it red or gray? Tracking it, they find a stocky gray fox feeding on an undefiable but deliciously stinky mound of carrion the sea has washed up onto the shore. Ugh. Gross! Gross! Salty's really adventurous, so I think he's gonna go ahead and try tackling this fox too. I mean, we got free shark from it last time. Your patrol launches into battle, but with so few cats, it's exhausting to try to keep the fox and its snapping jaws on the defensive. In a daring act of bravery, Dog Hugger Saltstar darts low to the ground, gets under its jaws, and sinks their teeth into the fox's throat. It's only one bite, but the fox has seen enough and flees. My jaw's on the ground! That's so dangerous! But that's actually a pretty big event. Oh my goodness. So you know what? We're going to start this brand new thing I have been thinking about for really making it more dramatic and getting our cats really interacting more. We're going to say that that was actually an engaging event and we won. So we're going to say that, let's see, engaging event. Let me see. And if it was a good event, then wow, comfort. Okay. So if because that was a good and pretty risky event and the fox, like there was a whole big aggressive battle, it wasn't just like the fox just skedaddled like last time, we're gonna go ahead and say that all of the cats of the clan for Sandpaw and for Salty get to go ahead and have this happen. And the thing is, if they had had a bad hunt when they said they were going to go and try to have a good hunt, we might have had this one happen. Like people would have lost respect and everything. Especially like if you do something that gets a cat injured, I could see that being a bad event where the whole clan would have their relationship with you affected. So that's something I've been thinking about, where we roll the generator once and we use that across the board with all of the cats. So all of the cats will gain 3 romance if desired towards, not Sandpaw because she is an apprentice, towards Salty, 5 respect, 11 comfort, and 5 trust. They'll also lose 3 dislike and 9 jealousy. So I'm going to start doing those kinds of like clan-wide effects because these cats gossip. That's what all of Warrior Cats basically is just an endless circle of gossip mixed with sometimes you gotta go catch a mouse so you survive, and occasionally you gotta go get some catmint, right? Otherwise it's all gossip and it's who's who and it's who's parent and it's all these secrets and it's gossip. They talk about each other non-stop, and that is what that is what drives the heart of a Warrior Cat clan, if you ask me. So I wanted to start doing something where some of the cats could be recognized for these kinds of big achievements by everybody. And then you can't have a cat like in the clan who's like, oh, Salty, who's that? I don't know who that is. When he's done something as daring as chase away a fox to bring back. Boy, my knees just got weak because it hit me. Yay! Maybe I should have done It's Complicated. Because actually, I don't know if that unidentifiable mass of carrion is like washed up from the sea. Ugh. Huh. Well, you know, maybe let me look at what this one would be. 3 respect, 3 comfort, lost jealousy, gain trust, gain platonic like, lost dislike. You know what? Maybe we'll do this one. Or 2 romance lost. Yes, okay, never mind. We're gonna do the complicated event, not the good event, because it was some sort of freaking stinky carrion from the sea. And I love the idea that anyone who might have had a romantic like interest in Salty definitely would be kind of turned off by the smell. So yeah, we're gonna do It's Complicated. That's adorable. And that finally leads Coral Waves with a strong connection to StarClan and Fishbone Fang off to go ahead and try to gather some herbs. That totally sounds like something Fishbone Fang would do. He would probably be concerned about health since once upon a time he choked on a fishbone. And let's see if we can find some stuff. During a patrol looking for herbs, Coral Waves notices that Fishbone Fang seems to be more quiet than usual. When prompted, Fishbone Fang slowly asks Coral Waves if they could teach them more about the nature of StarClan. Well, Coral Waves doesn't really know a lot about that. Coral Waves eventually relents and begins teaching Fishbone Fang more about StarClan and the nature of prophecies. Expecting boredom, Coral Waves was shocked when they saw wonder in Fishbone Fang's face. The two spend the rest of the patrol pondering the nature of their ancestors together. Aw, that's really sweet! You know, okay, did that do anything to their relationship with each other, by the way? Let me see. Fishbone Fang, oh wow, that's a lot of platonic like for him. Wow! And meanwhile, Fishbone Fang, how do you feel towards Coral Waves? Wow, they actually have a pretty good relationship and we just got started. Goodness gracious. All right, so I really like that. I kind of feel like they deserve a minor event boost, but I think they actually got some relationship boost from that. So, geez! Okay, so that's what the cats have been up to so far. And now, pondering the next mentors for the kids of the clan. We're gonna switch over to our quick mediator role, just to... Oh, this is gonna make such a mess of my apprentices, but it is just the way it is. Ugh. Okay, just to go ahead and have the leaders actually lead the clans. So I think that Bootskit, who would dog hugger Salt Star, it should say Star, not Fur. Is he gonna try to make Bootskit a Medcat apprentice? Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. I could see how he'd just be like picking Bootskit up from the scruff of the neck and dropping him in in front of Cave Spec and be like, can you do something with this thing? Like, oh, you need help gathering medicine? What about this one? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So we're gonna go ahead and mediate between them. I don't think Bootskit wants to be a Medcat apprentice, but I love the idea that when Salty heard we need more, medicine, then he goes ahead and he just like dumps Bootskit in front of them. All right, Dunwhale as deputy. Let's go ahead. And we're going to go ahead and have you be mediator. He was sparring with clanmates, so he actually went out with Briantail and Sandpaw. So we're gonna go ahead and mediate between those two, just to say like that. Oh, good. And they really like each other a lot. That's wonderful. Much better than Coral Waves and Salty as their roles as, there we go, as mentor and apprentice. And then Cave Spec, once again, cannot go ahead and do any mediating this time because she is sick. Whoops. But Coral Waves kind of can. So we're gonna pop her over since she's technically a medicine cat right now. And we're gonna have her, maybe 2 random cats. Cave Spec, oh, maybe she can ask about, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mediate that because I hit random and Cave Spec and Dunwhale showed up, and since they both have runny noses, I think Coral Wave is going to just casually ask about that. I love how Cave Spec is having like the romantic gossip turned back on herself after being such a gossip like that. And don't worry about the apprentices, I will fix them. And then finally, let's have Seawish go ahead, and she was really looking after Bootskit and trying to make sure that little kit was doing well today. So, okay, she's gonna mediate between Bootskit and Sandpaw. There we go. Just because she's being a good elder, trying to make sure the little kits are looked after. Yeah. But there we go, guys. Okay, I'm really happy. I love doing like that idea of having a clan-wide effect for when big events like that happen. And I'm really excited that apparently Dunwhale and Cave Spec are having this relationship develop when Cave Spec's trying to be like, no, we're supposed to gossip about everybody else's romance. Not talk about what I think of Dunwhale and the fact that he likes to stay up late at night staring at the stars. Like, this is adorable. I also love the idea that Salty's like, hey, you need more herbs? What about this thing? As he like yeets Bootskit into the medicine cat den. That's so cute. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving this, and I am pretty excited because we do have some fun ideas coming up for Squirrel Clan as well that have to do with none other than Little Lost Pepper Kit, and that also have to do with a competition between the deputies. Hopefully that will be coming up tomorrow, but we'll have to see because we'll just start, to be honest, going with whatever clan kind of has caught my attention for the moment. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could, do please leave a like to toss a little fish into the tide pool, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!